How's that? My name is Adoniis, and I'm one of the hosts of the Watch Me Work podcast. Um, I am a spoken word artist. I have a book out called Look Past My Pain, and that's pretty much all I do when it comes to art form and everything. But yeah, we're learning the market, learning that art form now. The podcast is originated in 2021, where we actually started doing, some interviews, and COVID slowed it down. It would have been a couple of seasons in already, but we're actually rebooting now here in 2024. The Watch Me Work Part podcast is, of course, by an artist and it's for the artist. So the Watch Me Work podcast is primarily used for strictly promotion, for the artists. And not only that, it's also to be able to use these artists to give other people and the youth, different tools that they can use in order for them to positively express themselves and to show them that there are other things in life that they can use in order for them to be able to live off of. Poetry for me started in 99, 2000, when freshman year of high school is when I started writing. Let my mom tell it I was on punishment and I was in a room and I wrote something. But I'm a very artistic person. I started off with drawing bubble letters and names and things like that. But when I wrote my first poem, one of my teachers hung it up on their wall, and then after other teachers read it, they wanted me to write one for them so that they can hang it up. And I realized that I had a talent when it came to writing. I didn't take it super serious until I got deployed the first time out of high school, right out of high school in 2004, is when I really started focusing on that craft. Watching things like Def Poetry and with the legendary Black Ice and people like that on there, and from there, that's when poetry really. Um, I would like to write about love and happiness. Love poetry poems was my go-to back in the day. That's probably what I'm easier good at, and I write a lot about pain and the pain that I've been through. Right now, I'm learning about how to write from a love standpoint. No mentors, actually, no mentors. I'm really just trying to soak it in because fighting depression and things like that, I had to come out of a place to where I always thought people were against me and looking down on me and things like that, to where I had to get my own confidence in myself and realize that it doesn't matter what they think, and it doesn't matter what they think. And once I grown that confidence, I was able to do more. Music. I actually wrote a song with my sisters and everything. It wasn't. I actually still remember the song. I'm not gonna sing it or nothing, but no, no, no. But yeah, I used to try to guide my sisters and try to form like a little singer group and everything with my sisters and like that, because we had a lot of time. I was always home alone with them, watching them and everything. So we used to do different things like singing and pretending to do stand up comedy and things like that, just to entertain ourselves, because we only had like 5 or 6 cassette tapes. This is back when VHS was in, and we only had like 5 or 6 different tapes that we can actually watch, and we got tired of those. Yes, I'm actually working on a novel called Soulmates Through Spoken Word. Um, it's a poetic, I call it a poetic novel with a Love Jones feel to it. To where you have two people who can actually speak, who has alter egos with a mind of their own, and they can actually shift in between alter egos to allow their alter egos to control their body, and their alter egos is who take over for them as far as doing poetry and doing performing and things like that. So they're actually able to have a conversation with their alter egos back and forth and everything in their head. And it's about how these two people with the same gift is how they connect, and not only them two fall in love, but their alter egos fall in love with each other as well. I wanted to do something more than poetry, and I was trying to do music, but the producers that I was working with, they were half-assing it, if you will. So I felt that I had a story, some more stories that I can tell, that's outside of poetry, because my poems used to go like 5 minutes, and I had to break them down to 3 minutes because I had so much to say. And again, music wasn't trying to let me find it. So I felt that I can probably tell a story. My story is what I'm actually using this for, is to tell a little bit of my story and everything too. So I just felt I had a lot to share, and writing books was something that I wanted to do. I'm originally from Akron, Ohio. Akron, Ohio. Went to the military right out of high school. Was in the Army for 9 years. Been to Korea, Iraq twice, and was stationed out in Colorado. And lived in California for a few years, and now I'm here in Texas. The answer is always no if you don't ask. Basically, closed mouths don't get fed. Um, Nothing's gonna get done if you don't put in the work. An idea is only an idea. A dream is only a dream until you use your hands and you get off your ass and make that shit come true. Ooh, in the next 5 years, let me see. I will be writing books, traveling the world in my camper, or the country in my camper, trying to interview as much artists as I can while living a worry-free life. I just really want to be remembered as a good person, somebody with a big heart, somebody who's always trying to not only better himself, but also trying to do what he can to help the world be a better place as well.
This is brought to you by Kansas City Business Association, working to improve our community.